Welcome to the Eternal Quest. Today we have an international author. She is from Australia. She is none other than Yvette Lee. She is the founder of Spite Girl. Spitgirl.com, an online blog. She is Aussie girl on a mission, helping others to feel good within and to live their dreams through healthy wellness spa living. She was named one of the Australia's leading online influencers at Australia's top 50 that is 2017. She is the it girl of the spa industry and the world's leading spa travel. Reviewer, blogger, and Asian Spa Awards judge for Asian Spa magazine. Her Spa It Girl blog site was named top 5 on spa trends and top 10 on wellness in the US. She is a motivational speaker, wellness and a qualified and registered fitness Australian personal trainer, group fitness and Lee Mills instructor who has been in the fitness industry for 20 plus years. She is a kind, loving, caring soul who loves to give more than she gets. And she is a charity ambassador for the Are You OK Day to help to raise awareness for mental illness and to prevent suicide in Australia and worldwide. So, a very warm welcome to you, author. Yeah. So,
Thank
moving
you.
ahead. Yeah.
Can
So,
I
moving
say
ahead.
thank you so much for having
Yeah.
me today? And I'm
Yeah.
super grateful to be here with you and the Eternal Quest community that I hear are actually live with us on various platforms. So super excited to be here with you. We're expecting some cyclonic weather today, but hopefully our live will be fine. So thank you again for
Okay.
having me.
Yeah, thank you once again. So, can you tell us about your journey as the founder of Spite Girl?
Yes, certainly. So my name's Yvette Lee Blowitz, and I founded Spa It Girl. And really what that means, it was to empower other women and girls. Now it's branched out to men and boys, but to empower them to be the it girl at the spa, to feel good from within, and to practice self-care at home or anywhere, and also just to become their own best version. So I started out the journey by just blogging back before Facebook existed, so just back on blogosphere. And back in the old days, you just type a blog, put it out to the world, and it was really cool. I got to see the countries lighting up and the people who were reading it. And that was the only way I knew what countries were reading the blog. So I just continued to share things that I really loved. And then I started to review spas and write about the day spas and the way they made me feel. And when I stumbled upon visiting the spa, I was really, really stressed out. I was working as a PA for a very, very influential CEO in Australia, and I was her PA, and it was very stressful. And I was opening her mail, and the one day it landed on my desk, the day I was so stressed out that if you visited the day spa, you could de-stress. So I thought, oh, wow, that looks like a really good idea. Going to the spa, it'll get rid of your stress. So even though that actual invitation was for my CEO, she didn't actually use it, but I decided that I looked at this spa, and it was in Brisbane at Marriott, and it was the Dome Retreat back then. And I decided it had a sauna, a spa bath, and they were marketing, this, you visit the spa and it makes you feel good. So I decided to go. I booked in that week on a Sunday. And from that moment on, when I opened the door of the spa, I instantly felt like I was stepping into this whole nother world, like this tranquility, it was so peaceful and calm, and it was like a big weight had lifted off my shoulder. So I've gone in like, like really, my nerves were humming inside, and I was really stressed, and I had so much on. And I was going through a lot of emotional, I guess, grief as well. I'd lost my uncle, and within 1 month, again, I lost my auntie. And both of them I had grown up with as a little child and visited them every Saturday. So I was going through a lot of stress through work, and then grief from losing my uncle and my auntie. So I think when I stepped into the spa that day, I really felt like safe, tranquility. It was such a quiet place in the city because the city was humming and busy. So then after I did all of the rituals, from the bathrobe to the tea to the actual treatment, it was the moment when I was laying on the table that I discovered I had really felt like I discovered an ancient ritual that would get me through the rest of my life, but also so ancient that anyone could heal with the spa therapy. And pretty much I was like, everyone needs to know how you can go to the spa and feel good from within, and how it can make you feel so much better. And I had no idea up until that this is what spas offered, because prior to that it was all about luxury, and it's a luxury thing, but no one really was talking about how it works on your mental health, your emotional well-being, connects you back to your true source, your inner self, your higher self, all of those magnificent things. And from that moment on, I was laying on the bed and decided that I'm going to write about spas for the rest of my life. I'm going to go around and review different spas and build up my experience, and then share why I love this spa, and then continue to inspire other people to visit the spa so they can feel good from within. So from that moment on, I just had no idea how I was going to write this or what to do. I had no money, but I just thought, well, I can just start. I'll just make a start. My first blog was a little random act of kindness. So I started my first blog with the intent to help others, to serve others. And that philosophy, we're now 10 years plus on, is the same philosophy as it is today. So to help others, to serve others, just to share things that make me feel good in hope that it might make someone else feel good. So I decided that if I gave more than I got, just worked my skill, like wrote every day, blogged, built my skills up. I realistically knew it could take a good 6 years to get any like commission writing, or to even get a look into the magazines, because back then people writing on a blog were considered hobbyists. Magazines and mainstream media didn't really take bloggers all that serious. They didn't think a real lot of bloggers back then, but that didn't stop me from sharing what made me feel good and hoping it would make someone else feel good. So I just decided that if I give more than I get, one day when the timing is right, and I never knew when the timing would be right, that the universe would repay me tenfold for serving and giving and helping. And I continue with that philosophy. And what that's allowed me to do in this space still is to really help people and connect with all kinds of people, from all walks of life. And it's allowed me to just flourish and grow. So fast forward to 2021. So the Spirit Girl blog grew. I had to start a Facebook page, Twitter, YouTube. I went through every change. Instagram's come along. To be honest, Instagram took me a little while to adjust to because I'm a writer at core, writing from heart, writing from soul, wanting to connect one-on-one. But what Instagram did was, before I would share a photo of a bathtub, no one really cared what the writer looked like. Like I'd write, oh, it's a beautiful bathtub. It's, this and that. But Instagram then, I guess, became a visual tool where me as the writer turned blogger would have to get in the bathtub, get the photo and the video. And it became very body image based. And that's why I still love connecting with all of you here at the Eternal Quest today. I love podcast shows, which I've got the Spirit Girl podcast show. I love the DMing one-on-one with real people. Anything where I can get in front of people or with people in real life. I want to feel their energy as much as I can in real life. And I found that Instagram can, unfortunately, maybe people don't get a look in because they're a bit like, oh, I don't like the way she looks or the way her hair is or her dress or so I always tell people on your journey in life, I always have this saying there, I have millions and millions and millions of people to still meet and to get to know. But I never judge now a person, that old saying, never judge a cover of a book, never judge a book by its cover. I inspire everybody who is maybe starting out blogging today just to take on those principles because I've met so many incredible people in this journey, Spirit Girl. And I feel that the best thing to come from this journey is seeing other women #Spirit Girl, seeing them at the spa, feeling good from within, or seeing them reading a book that fills their heart, that develops them. Just when people reach out to me and say, they were hit rock bottom. A lot of people struggle with mental health, especially during COVID-19, loss, grief. So I get to really know people. They'll reach out to me. They're very comfortable with reaching out to me, saying, hey, this isn't working for me. One of the greatest things, I feel very fulfilled when I can save a life, transform a life, or help someone. So I think for me, that's why I've really kept blogging all these years.
Wonderful, wonderful. So it would be really an inspiration for everyone out there. And I really like the part wherein you said, you have to write from your heart, body, and soul. So
yes.
So can you tell us more about your book?
Yes. So with my book, I wrote this a couple of years ago. So I decided at the time, it's called It Starts With Me. And what that really means, if I go to the title, so what that really means is how everything starts from within. I'll give you a really easy example. If you want to walk a hill, a mountain, you can look at it, think about it. The only person that can still get you up that hill and get you up to the top of that mountain is yourself. Not your mother, not your father, not your auntie, not your uncle, no one else but yourself. So that's the mindset and mantra that I share with you and all of your audience, as well as the book readers, about how everything starts from within. Self-belief, self-care, self-love, self-compassion, everything. So the book It Starts With Me is basically, it kind of rolls in where we have, I talk about things from things that I do daily, like setting intentions, meditation, yoga, exercise, choosing your energy, so many different topics. But then I also include a 21-day wellness guide where the audience who's tuning in and the book readers who decide to pick up the book, you get to embark on just one thing a day. Just one thing a day. So that can be from something as simple as drinking a cup of tea and then working out if you love tea, if you hate tea, if you like tea, exercise. So there's only one thing a day to do. And then as you get through your 21 days, at the end, there's a lot of in work. It's all inward work. It's about tuning in to how you feel. Did you like this? What about yoga? How did that feel? So there is just so much inward work. So that really, It Starts With Me is all about how it all starts from within.
So everything, it starts from within. A thought process, a beautiful poem, a dance, painting, drawing, and all the positive aspects of your life really starts from yourself. So you have to got to love yourself first.
Yeah.
So amazing, amazing
I
to
should,
hear.
and I should touch on, I talk a lot in the book about self-love. And I share very openly about my own journey when I was a young girl, and I was in Australia, and there was a magazine called Dolly, and I literally thought, I could like enter this competition, and if you win, you get a free holiday to New York City. Then I think you got thousands of dollars of shopping. So it just sounded amazing, because I grew up in Australia in a very small country town with 3 pubs, 1 post office, no street lights. So it was very limited. So when I saw this on my favorite magazine, I thought, wow, this is incredible. So I didn't have a great camera, but I did get 1 photo and I entered. And what happened was I was like waiting, and I didn't win. And then what I did was, when I was about 15, I looked at who won. And I made a comparison between who had won and myself. Now, we looked similar, as in smile, face, hair, all of that. But what I noticed was that I was a size 10 and they were really a size 8 or 6. So that was the moment I just got, I guess it was the beginning of my body image issues. It was the beginning when I honestly thought I was fat. I honestly, at a size 10, thought I was fat. And I really thought, because I was a size 10, was why I didn't make it. I then continued to want to like get into this whole modeling thing, because I thought it was very exciting. Coming from a small country town, it was really pitched as a way to travel the world. And then I continued down that path, trying to do modeling and going to castings and many things. And I'd always be told, you're either 1 size too big, come back when you've lost 1 size. You've got too big, you need a flat chest. So whatever I did, I didn't fit in. And then what ended up happening was, one casting lady said to me, you'd be really good on TV, really good in catalog, like photos. But it was the day when I guess, was standing there in the line and I could see all the girls eating lettuce. And I was going in again to be judged whether I fitted the look or not. And I kind of sat back and went, I'm not happy. I'm not really happy. I'm trying to eat lettuce. I'm exercising so much. I'm really restricted on what I'm eating. I'm standing in the mirror thinking I'm fat. Mentally, my headspace, well, my thoughts are, I'm fat. My family were very, very, very concerned because they could see me getting so skinny and sick. And then it dawned on me that, no, I'm not fat. That was just self-comparison. But having the thoughts mentally in your head when you look in the mirror and you see yourself in such a way where you're attacking yourself, you're attacking your hips or your stomach, or it was not a nice place to be. So now I spend a lot of time sharing the message with everyone how you are more than your body, your shape or size. And that's really why I loved getting into fitness, because it was more about moving your body, doing aerobics or walking or yoga. And it was all about feeling good. And so this is quite interesting. So now I can look in the mirror because I've done a lot of inward work where I look in the mirror and I'm not thinking I'm fat. If I use Instagram too much, because it's a very visual platform, like I call it a modeling app. So it's very visual, very body image. And there's research that backs this up. If you spend too much time on visual apps, it can affect your mental health, body image. So what I do is I just recognize, I've just spent too much time on Instagram today. I need time out. It's a trigger. It's like, I would share that with everyone. If you ever find yourself like maybe going through the news feed and then you feel like you're not worthy enough, maybe you feel like you don't fit in, or maybe you feel you're fat, whatever, like that's just the trigger of no, I just need to take time off now, off social media. I need to just sit on my yoga mat, have a cup of tea, do some meditation work, do some journaling, just break that cycle and you will come back to your true self again. It's just a disconnection of self. About this is very exciting because I've got to share this with you, because what was happening, a few years back, blogging started to pop. When there was no money in blogging, no one really cared. But the moment I believe that they started to say, like, as an example, if you have 1,000 followers, you get $100 per post, 10,000 followers, it went up and up and up and up and up in money. So once people cottoned on that you could hold up a product, I'll hold up my book, smile, take a photo, and someone was going to pay you for that, we saw a massive spike in online blogging. And I purely believe a lot was driven by money. But like everything, what goes up must come down. So another really great tip I want to share with every blogger, writer, or creator or person, if you do something online for the greater of humanity, the environment, people, of service, whether the money goes up, whether the money goes down, it's not going to really matter, because you're not basing what you're doing on just money. Now, there are a lot of people online who are doing it just for money. But what I've learned through I've blogged during the global financial crisis, and I saw many people quit back then, writing, blogging, promoting spas, magazines, you name it. And then I saw when the money came back in about 4 or 5 years ago, people all come back. So when you come from a place of love, of service, you can do this for the rest of your life because you feel fulfilled. And really, I want to share this with you. There was a lot of talk in mainstream media about the it girls. So when blogging popped, it was all about the it girl of fashion. You know, you live in New York, it girl of fashion, you're wearing Gucci, Chanel, or we had the it girls. The mainstream media really promoted bikinis. If you got around in a bikini, had blonde hair, blue eyes, drop dead gorgeous, you could travel the world for free. And there was a lot of this hype. And I decided, because I was the only spa blogger, I'd be the it girl of spa. And then spa being all about feeling good, and I'd empower other people. And then I was going to elevate spa therapy, spa therapists who do an incredible job. I feel that all spa therapists are healers. And I was going to elevate and create the community which I have today. And you're all welcome to join in, whether you're a spirit boy or a spirit girl, where you just get to feel good. What I love about spa is when you go into the spa, you're your true self. You drop all your guards, all your masks. It's got nothing to do with the clothes you're wearing, nothing to do with your shape or size. It's just you and your true self. So I will continue to share the self-love messages. It's going to be, can I say, it's a journey. It's a daily journey loving yourself by practicing self-care, by
Yeah,
showing up for yourself.
yeah. I truly believe that life is some sort of journey, and this journey called life is more important than the destination. So, can you tell me what is the definition of happiness? What is happiness according to you? Because happiness, it means different for different people. So, we would
Yeah.
hear
For
from
me,
you
yeah.
what is happiness, what happiness is really about. Yeah.
For me, I feel just being connected to my truth and feeling good. Feeling good in my mind, as in what am I thinking? Feeling good in my body, my energy, feeling connected as one body, mind, spirit, soul, but truly feeling well. And now that looks so different for all of us. Because I know when I had a six-pack, I didn't feel well and I wasn't happy. But to look at me, you probably thought I was. So happiness for me is also doing things that I love each day that make me feel good and happy. So that would be like my yoga practice, my meditation. I love walking in Mother Nature, serving people, helping, connecting with people. So I really, really love that. And that makes me really happy. Also feeling fulfilled, a higher purpose. So what am I here to do in my lifetime? What is it I want to achieve, or what do I want to be known for, or what is my legacy? So it makes me really happy when I basically can empower someone else to believe in themselves, to go for their dream, to make it happen. Sometimes people can't see the potential in them, but I can by looking from the outside in, especially after being on media for 10 plus years. So I like to see other people happy. So when other people are happy, I'm happy. And I believe we all deserve to be happy. And I have to consciously every day do things that make me feel good, because that's what makes me happy. And then just having a higher purpose of helping others, serving others, that really fulfills me. But I hope that answers some of your question there for your audience. But happiness for me is feeling spiritually connected, having a positive mind, a mind I can be an observer of, but a healthy mind, healthy thoughts. That's really important for me. That really makes me happy. If I can have happy, positive thoughts, I'm in a good place. once that,
Very
once
true,
that,
very true. Happiness,
turns,
yeah,
once
yeah,
that turns,
happiness,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, happiness is linked to being healthy, and being healthy in these tough times such as COVID is really a blessing. So I totally agree with you. And can you tell me, according to you, which is more important, the heart, soul, or the mind?
I think all three. You're probably going to say soul. I think all three. I feel like you need a healthy heart, and you need to be able to connect to your heart. Your heart's so important. Heart is so important. Heart health, connecting to your heart, connecting to your soul. And I know mind, when I think about mind, I mean more than, like, the soul is bigger than the body and the mind put together. The soul sort of can just, soul is energy, it is infinite, it is boundless. It will always, if your body breaks down, and even if your mind dysfunctions or your brain stops working how it should, the soul will always come through. I know this because I was once an Aussie farmer too, so I lived on the land, and it was very like 5 years straight of COVID-19 with no let up, and to the point where COVID-19 seems so much less challenging compared to farming, as an example. But for anyone from a farming background, it's relentless hardship and hard. But I have learned, even if your body is fatigued and your mind's not the healthiest it should be, your soul is so wants more for you. Your soul always wants the best for you, and it wants more for you. So yeah, definitely having a healthy mind, a healthy heart, and connecting to your soul, and getting the three kind of mojoing happening. Like, I think it's really important to have them all connected. So yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So I was wondering, what is this 21-day journey, and which is wrapped into the oneness of being happy and healthy. So, can we have a gist of it? The 21-day journey, which you're talking
Yeah.
about in your book. It starts with me. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will just share one with you, which can be day 2, which is all about creating space from within. So when you wake up in the morning, what is something you can do is, the first thing you can do, which I love to do, is just connecting to my own breath in bed. I feel that it's very important that the first person you connect to on this planet Earth, Mother Earth, is yourself, your true self. And you can just do that by inhaling and exhaling and just connecting to your true self. And then after that, I like to go do a little stretching in bed. So these are some little self-care rituals that if you have kids or flat out busy, you could just still get a few little minutes in your day of self-care. And then after that, I believe it's very important to not grab your mobile phone. So I never grab my mobile phone and start looking at everybody else. So I used to, but I learnt the hard way, because it's very important to in order not to lose yourself in this online technical world that's 24/7, is very, very important just to connect to your true self. So that there, I go on to creating space where you can just practice mindfulness, where you can just make a cup of tea. And sometimes you might find yourself becoming disconnected. And what I mean, and not present. I'll explain. When you're making your cup of tea in the morning or coffee, just connect by looking at what you're doing. Observe, be the observer when you're pouring the water in and mixing it. If you have your mind traveling here, thinking, oh, 3:30 appointment, what I got to do after work, what is Thursday, you sort of time traveled and you're completely out of your body. And it's a bit like your mind and thoughts are over here. Your soul's like, hey, what's going on? And you're also scattered and disconnected, and it's all happening. So connecting to yourself, body, mind, soul, becoming mindfulness and creating space. That's in day 2. I can give you some more other tips. So another tip I'll give you, which is sort of like day 1, where you get to set your daily intentions. So as an example, if you're wanting to lose weight, you have to know your why. Why? If it's to look good, why? What's your why? You've got to know your why. Every day you get up, you need to know why you're doing something. So for me, if I'm going to exercise, my why is because my doctor once told me when I carried so much weight, believe it or not, I was 25 kilos heavier than I am today. When I carried so much weight on my stomach, my doctor said you're at risk of heart disease. That, my why when I was setting my intentions then was to reduce heart disease. But my why now is very different, which is to feel good, to get good endorphins. But I know my why. So I feel that when you set your intention daily, you can just write it down. My intention today is to go for a walk. Okay. How long is that walk going to be? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 25 minutes? Write it down. And then at the end of the day, you can review this before you go to bed. Did you do what you intended to do? What's your intention? Just choose one thing a day to not make it any more stressful than you are already under. But I feel that that's really important. There are other things like morning gratitude. So I go into how to cultivate that morning gratitude. There's so much in here about natural beauty, like how to remove, chemicals and toxins from going into your skin and your organs. It's a very diverse 21 days because it's basically things that I do in my life that have transformed the way I felt. So then what I do is just go, instead of giving you 21 things to do in one day, or even 5 things to do in one day and stress you out, it's just like, no, hold the phone. You might only have 5 minutes. It's going to be easy, straightforward, but it's going to give you an opportunity to tune in. Did that make me feel better? Did I feel spiritually more connected? Was that a good practice? Yes.
Yeah,
No.
definitely.
So it's a lot of self-reviewing.
Yeah. So wonderful. Yeah, wonderful to know about your book. So, we have a question from the audience. So he's Sitanshu. He would like to ask you a question.
Okay, first of all, so grateful for this opportunity that the Eternal Quest has given to me. Am I audible, right?
Yes, you are audible. Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
Welcome.
okay, I'm so grateful to be here, and uh, I was so looking forward to it. And the things I adore about you is like you mentioned that you started it before Facebook era and before it was cool. So it was something that you loved, and I love how authentic you are with your like sharing your own stories to illustrate your philosophies and such. Now, I run a community with people like me, freelancers, and we share this feeling that like we are in this exploring phase and we don't know what to do, but everyone is has an option like doing what is cool or doing what you love. So how important do you think it is to be authentic with yourself and do what you love, and how it will be better in the long term?
Yeah. So I love this question. Thank you so much for asking. This is absolutely incredible, and it's lovely to meet you also. I believe that if you want to do something for the rest of your life, and if you want to feel connected, share your truth, share your story, share what you love. Like, I don't follow trends because they're cool. Like, I don't want to follow people. If you think of the most incredible people in the world, whether that be Mother Teresa, the Dalai Lama, let's say David Goggins, there's so many people out there who are very unique, one of a kind. I believe you have to be willing to be yourself and accept that not everybody's going to love you or like you. That's okay. Not everybody will. But as long as you're happy being yourself, sharing what you love and doing what you love, that's all that matters. And then if other people resonate with that, that's a really good thing. Now, what I've seen in this journey is everybody, not everybody, but majority of people will go, okay, this is a trend. I'm just going to copy this because it's on trend and do it. And what happens is everybody looks the same. Now I'm like, oh, who is that? I thought that was Mary Kay. Oh no, that's Katie G. No, that's Gigi. What the butter? And everybody is the same. Where now I'm like, I can't even work out who is who. But what I have been able to distinguish is if you can share your own stories, your true self, and you're in alignment, you're not putting any act on. Here's an example, TikTok. I worked out that I'm not the best dancer. I'm not the best dancer, and I'm by far not the best singer. So if I tried to do what everybody else is doing on the platform, I lasted about 5 minutes. Then I realized if I just share like my true story, if I document my life, document things I'm doing, that's just me. I'm not putting on any act. I just, I don't even have to stress out about content. What's there to stress out about? It's sort of like an idea comes up, that comes from me, comes from within. I never look at what other people are doing and go, I'm going to do that, because you've disconnected from your true self. So I hope that really helps you. I believe that I understand that people are saying out there, follow trends, you'll go viral, you'll pop. And I mean, if you want to do a little bit of that, that's fine. But I still believe you have to be true to yourself. And people will either like you or not. But if you stay true to yourself, you got a lot of energy there. Because it sucks if you've got to pretend to be like someone else. You cannot hold up the persona forever. You're going to come unstuck. And we do not want to disconnect from our true self, from our source, from our soul. When we disconnect, it's very, very, I always say, very dangerous, because we don't know who the hell we are. Who are we? Who are we? Who am I now? I'm like someone in America. Oh no, I'm being like the girl in Australia. Now I'm like someone in Singapore. But who am I? And the universe is getting totally confused. So just show up as yourself. If you want to dabble in the trends and the filters, fine. You don't need to be anyone else. The world needs you. The universe wants you to show up as you. That's what's going to blow it away. Like, the power is within you. Like, people would be so fascinated. Like, what do you drink for your morning drink? Or what food are you having at night? We wouldn't have a clue in Australia. But if you started showing that, that would be fascinating. But if you started showing you eating Vegemite, but that's not something you maybe have every day, but you're trying to be like someone else in Australia eating Vegemite. It sort of isn't your truth. So I hope that serves you well. Be you, do you. And some people aren't going to like you, get you. And here's an example. I had to make a decision. I got told with voluptuous, 10 double D, women, if you get on Instagram, I was told I would grow my following by wearing lingerie. I had brands approaching me. I said, no, I'm not changing who I am for any trend. That's not who I am. And I don't want to be remembered for my bosoms. I just so get it out there. I want to be remembered for myself. So you do have to make decisions along this journey. I had to say no, like leave the money on the table for various brands who would reach out to me. But because I love animals, I don't want to be, wearing makeup that is testing on animals. I got approached for weight loss tea, all these sorts of things. I had to make a decision. They were on trend. I saw people grew their following to 1 million or 2 million by flaunting it in lingerie. But I said, no, that's not me. I'm staying true to who I am. So you will have to make decisions along the way, but do what's right for you. Because now
that was very well explained. And thank you, Sitanshu, for joining us
Yep.
and asking us a
Thank you so
wonderful
much.
question.
And you are such a great inspiration, and you totally reflect what you say, and your energy is awesome. So glad to
thank
have this
you.
opportunity.
So moving ahead, before we end, I would just like to ask, what are your future plans, and what is the advice that you wish to give to the youngsters and the audience out there?
Yeah, so the future plan. So this year, I will really embrace being at home. We have been told no international travel out of Australia to maybe 2022. Now, instead of getting down on that, I will visit some incredible places locally in Cairns and Great Barrier Reef area and the Whitsunday Islands. So I'm not going to focus on what I can't do, and I inspire all of you. This would be my message to everybody. Don't focus on what you can't do. Focus on what you can do. So as you know, I have the Spirit Girl Book Club. So my intention is to read more books. I'm reading actually this one at the moment, Deepak Chopra, Total Meditation. So I intend to read more books, to interview more incredible authors, psychologists, experts, entrepreneurs, finding out how they take care of themselves during a global pandemic, COVID-19, how they created their brand, what makes them feel good. So just really, this year will be of service. The content I hope to create will be of use and of benefit to help others to feel healthy and happy from within, even if they're in lockdown, whether they're in lockdown in Melbourne or London or whatever they're in lockdown. So that's my intention, is to create more content that can be of service and to do more journaling, more meditation, more yoga, and just being grateful, practicing gratitude. If there's anything I would love for everybody to do, is just practice gratitude, even for the food you get. Be grateful for that farmer who grew it for you, and just send them love and just be so grateful, just so grateful. So if you can practice that gratitude, it really just makes you feel so much better. So I hope that serves you really well this year. Focus on what you can do versus what you can't do, and just explore your own personal development, your personal growth. Very important also, surround yourself. This is why I love the eternal quest. Surround yourself with like-minded people who want to raise you up, build you up, support you, be there for you. Our community is going to be so, so important. Really, really important. It always has been. Family. If there's one tip I really want to share, you never know when you say goodbye to someone, if it's going to be your last goodbye. Always make sure it's on a positive note. You never want to have a regret. And with COVID-19, everything's up in the air. So it would be terrible if you had a fight with your auntie or your brother. Because when you think we're all going to live forever, 100 years, 200, we get around thinking we're going to live till 300 years. So we might really be pissed off with our, brother or sister. But we got to come back to love and to remember of how precious and fragile life is. Never let anything just get to you. Just remember your last farewell. You never know when you say goodbye to someone if it's going to be the last one. So make sure it's a positive one. And I feel that there's going to be a lot of chaos in the world this year with the news. A lot of chaos happening with the US election. Feels like it just goes on and on and on and on, and we get that daily news. I feel that it's going to be very important to use social media and just become aware that someone might like the color red. Someone might hate the color of red. But if you can just sit in a place of bliss and, okay, she likes red. He hates the color red. That's okay. But if you can sit there as the observer and not let it affect you, I'm only siding with the red. Red is my color. Oh, I'm not siding with, it just creates turmoil. So you have to take control of how you feel. And don't react. You're going to see a lot of stuff. You're going to see a lot of people still fighting on social media because they think that that's the best way to get their point across. But I feel like this year you can take yourself off the roller coaster. Okay, so you might see some news, and I try to not watch the news for this very reason, because if you watch the news, you might see, oh, the numbers have gone up and this, and it's a lot of fear, So you can remove yourself from that, and you can make one thing for sure certain. One thing is certain. If you have a breath, you can always tap into your inner peace and bliss. Tap into your own self and soul. Ground yourself. Sit on the ground. Really ground yourself. And just know that all will be fine. Whatever happens in the world, you will be okay. The universe is there for you and with you. And she or he, whatever you believe in, doesn't do chaos. She, he, whatever religion you believe in, doesn't matter. You're the co-creator of your inner world. So you can always find peace when you connect to your breath and switch off the news and the social media, and all the chaos goes away.
Okay, so wonderful. And I truly believe that universe has grand scheme for everyone, even though your role is very small and your life on earth is very short. You have a purpose to fulfill, and the day you realize your true meaning of life, your true purpose of life, you are complete. So I would like to thank you
Thank
for accepting our invitation on the Eternal Quest. Thank you for your wonderful words of inspiration, encouragement, and motivation. So, viewers, stay tuned for more exciting interviews every week at the FB page, The Eternal Quest. Thank you once again.
Thank you. I'm very honored and grateful. Namaste.
Namaste.